Hi friends, Marcy Schoenborn here of ShowFit. And if you are here watching this, I know that you are interested in your health. And I hope you stick this out and listen. I have a very important talk today. If this resonates with you, please subscribe. If you have friends you want to share this with, please do that. That is how we get the word out about health because there are so many videos out there that are giving you half truths, untruths, misinformation, whatever we want to call it. I don't even know that all of the people are doing it deliberately. I know some are being paid to do it. I know that for a fact. In the name of being doctors and so on, they're giving us really bad information for big bucks. But I also know that people are listening to them and then creating talks and think they're doing the right thing. And so one thing I can promise you is I do my own research. I read the citations, I break them down, and I teach them in layman's terms. And so if I'm telling you something, you are getting it from scientific data, not from someone else's reel or someone else's video. And so today we're here to talk about what's really going on with women's health in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And you might even see my workout videos. I put women over 40 and I'm 61. And, so why do I put women over 40? Because women in their 40s are unfortunately very unhealthy. And the sad fact is, in all honesty, I could have looked up the statistics in the 30s and in the 20s, and they might be worse than the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So I am seeing an uptick in clients coming to me much younger than they used to. And while I'm happy to help them, it's very alarming and it's not surprising because most of their young life, they ate processed food. And so that did not give their body the immune system that it needs, so they are breaking down sooner. So, what is really going on with women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s? So, we're going to talk about what's going on because the numbers are loud. And honestly, they explain why so many women feel like their bodies suddenly change the rules. And I often hear from people that, I don't know what my body's doing to me. And I want to throw this out there. And I know you probably don't want to hear this. It's a little grenade here. You're doing it to your body. Your body's not doing it to you. You not knowing how to feed your body well, you not moving your body, you're creating these issues. So that doesn't mean we can't fix them though. And this isn't fear-based, it's awareness. And awareness is what gives you your control back. That's what I'm all about, helping you live your best life. If you don't know my story, I'm not going to tell the whole thing right now, but at 49, I was 60 pounds heavier with 5 diagnoses, doing what I was taught as a nutritionist and what my doctor said to do. And then I changed my background, changed my education, teach holistic nutrition, cellular biology, and it changed my world. I have no diagnosis and I don't fight with the scale. So I'm not the only one though. If I was the only one, it would be a fluke. Hundreds of clients now, handheld clients, and I have worked with them individually, seeing the same results. If they put what I teach into action, they see body healing. So, but first, let's talk about the big picture. Once women hit their 40s and 50s, we enter one of the most dramatic health shift decades of our entire lives. Hormones change, stress stacks, sleep quality drops, metabolism slows, and inflammation tends to rise. I promise you there's good news coming though. So, and the stats absolutely reflect all of what I just said. So obesity right now in the US, nearly half of women in their 40s and 50s qualify as obese. In the 60 plus group, it's still high. It's around 40%. So that means 40s and 50s are actually the peak risk window. Why does that matter? Because obesity doesn't show up alone. It almost always travels with friends, fatigue, inflammation, metabolic issues, and diagnosis. And You know, you can look around and you can see that obesity has been glorified the last couple decades. And friends, please don't take this the wrong way. And I've been overweight. Um, and I don't like to say we are fat. I say we have fat. Let's stop owning it and do something about it. But in obesity being glorified in the media, that's been very profitable for big pharma and big food. And so we need to be aware of those things. That's why it's glorified. Oh, love yourself. Well, you can love yourself healthy. I'm all for accepting who you are on the inside. But guess what, friends? You can be that amazing person on the inside, fuel your body well, eat to heal, and not suffer the diseases they blame on aging because you decided to step up and take better care of yourself and stop listening to what all the noise is saying. So high blood pressure. This next one shocks people. About 1 in 2 women in their 40s and 50s has high blood pressure. By the time women hit 60 plus, it jumps to 7 out of 10 women have high blood pressure. I see blood pressure drop within a week or 2 of eating with me. That means it's entirely controlled by food. So high blood pressure is sneaky because you can feel perfectly fine while it's damaging arteries and raising your risk for heart disease and stroke. And here's the kicker. Only about 20% of people with high blood pressure actually have it under control, a very controllable disease. That's not because women aren't trying. It's because no one taught them how to address the root causes. Now let's talk about type 2 diabetes, something I used to suffer with. Diabetes starts creeping in earlier than most women think. In the 40 to 59 age range, about 18% of adults have diabetes. At 60 plus, it jumps to 27%, more than 1 in 4. Women's numbers are slightly lower than men, but the risk is still very real, especially as hormones shift during perimenopause and menopause. And diabetes doesn't usually start as diabetes. It starts as fatigue, belly fat, cravings, sleep issues, stress eating, and blood sugar swings. High cholesterol, something else I used to suffer with. Cholesterol also tends to rise with age. In women 40 to 59, about 17% have high cholesterol. In women 60 plus, about 16% do. But here's what matters. Once estrogen drops, women lose one of their biggest natural protections for heart health. That's why cholesterol problems accelerate after menopause. The heart disease reality. Here's the part women deserve to know. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women, and it kills more than all cancers combined. Obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, and high cholesterol all stack together. Most women who struggle with one actually have 2 or 3, even if they aren't diagnosed yet. And the sad fact is the medications that you take for those will create one of the other diseases. And so this is why midlife health changes feel so overwhelming, because they're not happening in isolation. They compound, they feed each other, and the body gets louder. And so when the body gets louder, the body is speaking to you. It's saying, help me. We're not helping it. We go to doctors, they medicate us to manage the issue. A very dirty word in health is manage. We want to optimize. We want to get to the root. We want to fix it. All of these things I'm talking about today can be fixed. That's why I'm so passionate about it. You don't have to have these things that are going to lead to autoimmune and other breakdown if you don't fix them. So what's really going on? Think of your 40s, 50s, and 60s like your body putting up a big flashing sign. Pay attention. I'm trying to tell you something. And how is your body trying to tell you? If you have stomach aches, constipation, diarrhea, headaches, don't sleep well, all these different changes, is your body saying, I'm not functioning well anymore. Would you please do something about it? And what we're supposed to do about it is change the way we're eating, not pile on the medications. Okay, I'm never telling anyone to not take their medications. I don't do that. I help them eat. So all of a sudden their lab work comes back better, and then their doctor takes them off medication. And is providing that they continue to eat well most of the time, can have little splurges. Providing they continue to eat well most of the time, they're going to stay off those medications and continue to heal, continue to get well as we age. So age is not the problem. And so this is the phase of life where stress catches up, hormones shift, inflammation rises, sleep gets disrupted, muscle mass drops, insulin sensitivity decreases, recovery gets slower, and the habits from the last 20 years start showing their long-term effects. So this is not overnight. And that's something I hear all the time. People contact me freaking out, saying things like, Marcy, all of a sudden I have this diagnosis. No, your body's been telling you, you didn't listen, it broke. It finally broke. It finally said, I can't do my job anymore with the food you're giving me. So it's not aging, it's biology responding to how you're fueling and treating your body. The good news, everything I just shared is modifiable. These conditions aren't destiny, they're signals. And when women learn how to eat for their hormones, support their metabolism, build strength, lower inflammation, sleep well, manage stress properly, and actually understand their unique biology, because it's not one size fits all, the body responds fast, even in midlife and beyond, especially in midlife and beyond. I'm living proof, and so are many of my clients that are 50s, 60s, 70s, and even 80s. Friends, if we are still this side of the earth, it's not too late to take better care of ourselves. So women are incredibly resilient once they're given the right tools and strategy. So the 40s, 50s, and 60s aren't the beginning of the decline. They're the beginning of awareness. And when you work with your body instead of fighting it, starving it, or ignoring it, you can reverse so many of these trends and dramatically change the trajectory of your health. And if you want, I can help you turn these stats into a myth in your world. If you've got these stats in your world, I would love to help you become a different side of statistics. I've become the healthy side of statistics, and I plan to stay there. I can help you do the same thing. Simply reach out to me. I would love to talk to you. I don't hand you off to someone else to talk to. You talk to me, and we discuss what's going on in your body and how to fix it. So please reach out. Have a blessed day. Subscribe, take care, and share this video if it spoke to you.